Growing up in a predominantly black community and then going to a predominantly white institution was a shock to my system. Nobody was hostile, but it was clear this was an environment that didn't necessarily keep me in mind. I want to share with you 7 lessons that I learned as a member of Black Generation X going to a PWI that I wish I had known. Lesson number 1, the culture shock is real. Growing up in a town that was 70% black and then moving to a university environment that was 95% white was a wild experience. It wasn't that the people were unfriendly, it was the culture was centered around the majority and I was not the majority. Therefore, I had to learn very quickly to adapt to the fact that I was in an environment that didn't necessarily have me at its center. Lesson number 2, you are not alone. I learned fairly quickly that I had allies all over the place. So it made my experience at the school a much more inviting environment. Lesson number 3, allies comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Before, it wasn't just a matter of the people who looked like me, which I found very quickly, but the fact of the matter is that during the time there, I developed a lot of meaningful and powerful relationships with people who didn't look like me, who went out of their way to help me, support me, and not only support me, but also help provide me resources and assist me when I was trying to do things that might have been a little different from what they culturally experienced. Lesson number 4, be prepared to answer a lot of cultural questions. One of the things that I learned fairly quickly is that I had to find a common place for how I was going to engage with people who wanted to find out more about my culture. During the first year wasn't as tough because, whenever people asked me questions, I kind of took it in stride. But by year 3, it became a regular thing that I had to address. So I had to find a soft space or a comfortable spot or just a mechanism that I could utilize to help me engage people in such a way to let them know that I don't mind you asking me questions, but I need you to research a little first before you come to me first. Lesson number 5, racism will show up. One of the things that I learned very quickly is that a university, even though it's an insular community, does not necessarily mean it's going to insulate you from all of the things that may happen in the real world. And one of the things that I experienced fairly quickly and during the course of my 4 years is that their racism can pop up in weird shapes and sizes. And I had to learn how to deal with those accordingly. Lesson number 6, standing out can be your power. Being the only black student in a lot of my classes and in a lot of my spaces definitely made me stand out. But it also amplified whenever I did all the things that I was doing. By the time I graduated from college, I was so proactive on campus that I was a staple in a lot of different communities. And because in almost all of those different communities, I was the only one, it amplified the fact that not only that I was there, that I was visible, and that my power could not be diminished. Lesson number 7, earning respect. You have to remember yourself that when you find yourself in these spaces where it's just you, and people on the outside are aware it's just you, there's a certain measure of respect they give to you because you were able to successfully matriculate. I didn't realize it at first, but I got a lot of positive feedback from people who were not only impressed that I was able to matriculate through all 4 years, but that I was able to come out on the other side a more well-rounded individual, despite whatever adversity I may have faced. If you're a black student or any other marginalized student and you're heading to a predominantly white institution, I want you to remember a few things. Culture shock is real, you'll have allies everywhere, and you still are a powerful person.